I have a deep connection with nature, and I've trekked in almost all the mountain areas in Pakistan. It was while I was trekking to the base camp of K2 that I finally realized that I cannot just enjoy nature without trying to do something to save the environment. The beauty of the area and the nature over here mesmerized me completely, but I was deeply disturbed by the waste and litter that I saw. So the first 2 years I mounted cleanup campaigns, but then I realized that was not a sustainable way of doing this activity. So I set up the Mountain and Glacier Protection Organization to engage with the area, with the community, and do something more sustainable and more holistic to preserve this environment. Climate change is a matter of deep concern for Pakistan. The country is a low emitter but has to pay a heavy cost in economic losses. Global warming is affecting Pakistan at multiple levels. We have more intense and frequent floods, rainfall patterns have changed, the number of hazardous glacial lakes has increased, agriculture is getting affected, and there's water shortage and more areas are becoming prone to desertification. Intense heat waves in the south are happening on a regular basis, and in the mountain areas, the trend of outmigration is on the rise, which is creating a new set of vulnerabilities.
Ray Bright had two goals in setting up this award. The first was to shine a light on someone who's doing important work on sustainability and environment, but who may not be well known outside their own country. And the second is to amplify the impact of that work. Aisha Khan is one of the most well-known environmental activists in Pakistan. In the aftermath of the 2005 earthquake, she led efforts to rebuild with 25 schools, 3 healthcare facilities, and really helping restore the community in those regions that had been destroyed. It takes a special person to notice an issue and then found not one but 2 organizations that address the underlying social and equity issues.
MGPO interventions in Gilgit-Baltistan largely focus on strengthening the adaptive capacity of vulnerable communities and ecosystems. Most of the projects that we have delivered have to do something either with irrigation, safe drinking water supplies, or protective walls.
In Gilgit-Baltistan, if you look at her contributions, I think she has done almost like 100 projects. And the most notable of that project is almost returning 90 billion liters of waters back to the nature and the communities. I was actually very impressed from her multidisciplinary approach. Whatever she did, she looked at the communities as well. She looked at disaster risk reduction, the environmental safeguards, the climate change impact, improving their livelihoods.
We work very closely with the communities and we organize them, and we make sure that this process is broad-based, it's representative, it's transparent, and it's inclusive, and it has gender participation. It helps to build a relationship of trust and mutual confidence.
Aisha Khan has been working in the field of climate change and environment for a fairly long time. I believe it's been over 2 decades. Initially, she set up the Mountain and Glacier Protection Organization, and sometime in 2016, and I was part of the process when she set up the Civil Society Coalition for Climate Change. And in this way, she brought the whole civil society together in a coalition approach to deal with climate change in Pakistan, and I believe there are about 40 odd organizations which are working under the umbrella of the CSCCC.
I was convinced that if we adopt the coalition route and can mobilize civil society to brainstorm on policy issues together while respecting their autonomy and independence, we can carve out a role for civil society to become meaningful partners in climate action.
Because she has been instrumental in acting as a coalition approach. In this way, she has engaged top-level policymakers with environmental issues. This kind of approach, in which the civil society comes together with the government, with the media, with activists, is really the key to the future.
I would like to see Pakistan as a peaceful and prosperous country. Happily, things are changing. We have political ownership and we have a stronger commitment across party lines, with the government playing a very active role in conservation.
She has worked tirelessly to serve the unserved communities in the most difficult of terrain. She, I think, fully deserves this award. She is an asset to the world.